Hi, everybody. It's Library Ann, and I'm really excited because I am going to read to you today one of my favorite Hanukkah children's books. It's called Northern Lights, a Hanukkah story by Diana Cohen Conway, illustrated by Shelly O. Haas. And it takes place in Alaska. And I was in Alaska around the time when this book came out, so it feels particularly special to me. But I also just love the story and the pictures. So here we go. Northern Lights. Far north in Alaska, December is a month of darkness. The sun sleeps all day just below the horizon. Sudden winds kick snow into house-sized drifts. One afternoon, pilot Joe Anaruk set his small plane down at the airstrip of a Yupik Eskimo village by the frozen Bering Sea. Blowing too hard, he told his two passengers as he pushed open the door of the plane. We won't fly out again until the wind lays down. Dr. Israel pulled his hood around his face and helped his daughter down the steps. He knew storms from his many trips as a traveling doctor for the small villages. Then we won't get home for Hanukkah, Daddy, Sarah worried aloud. It was winter vacation, and Dr. Israel had brought her with him to see new places. You'll stay at my mother's house while we go to the clinic, Joe reassured Sarah. She's also named Sarah. Sarah Anaruk. A line of streetlights glowed through swirling snow, reminding Sarah of the silver Hanukkah menorah at home with its curved branches. She clung to her father's hand as they pressed against the wind, inching toward a half-buried cabin. Outside the door, a dog curled nose to tail, raised his head, and howled a warning. Joe pushed open the door and an elderly lady pulled them inside. She was wearing a colorful long blouse called a kuspuk. Joe introduced everyone. My mother doesn't speak English, she explained, but I'll send my daughter Norma over. Dr. Israel kissed Sarah goodbye and said, I'll be back as soon as I've seen to the patients. Come back soon, she said in her bravest sounding voice. Mrs. Anaruk patted the girl's red hair and then her own gray head. Sarah, Sarah, she laughed, turning to the kitchen stove. Sarah recognized the smell of oil warming in a pan. It reminded her of Hanukkah latkes frying. Asaliak, the woman said. She pinched a ball of dough from a bowl and stretched it between her twisted fingers. The thin biscuit sizzled when she slipped it into the hot oil. Sarah thought about her family preparing for Hanukkah back home in the city. Her sister Rachel always grated the onions and potatoes for latkes. Sarah's job was to beat the eggs, but her brother Mark was old enough to do that now. Her mother would mix it all together and do the frying. Sarah had never been away from home on Hanukkah before. The cabin door burst open and a girl in a fur parka blew in on a gust of wind. She stamped her mukluks and shook her hood, making a miniature indoor snowstorm. "I'm Norma," she said, and grabbed a piece of fried bread from a plate on the stove. "Ow, that's hot," she exclaimed, and broke off half for Sarah. Just then the lights went out. "Here comes the storm," Norma announced. Oopsie. Don't want to drop a picture. Mrs. Anaruk rattled around in the dark. A minute later, a flashlight beam turned the girls into giant wall monsters. She spoke in throaty Yupik words. Norma translated. "Grandma says when she was little, the dark months were the time for stories." "I can tell the story of Hanukkah," Sarah offered. "What's Hanukkah?" Norma asked. Sarah made her shadow loom menacingly on the wall. "This is wicked Antiochus," she began. "Long ago in a faraway land, he destroyed the Jewish temple and made my people bow down to Greek idols." "Wait," Norma said, "my turn." Norma made shadows too, as she translated Sarah's words for her grandmother. Sarah took the spatula from the stove and waved it over her head like a sword. The Jews fought back and drove Antiochus from the land. To give thanks that the war was over, they rebuilt the temple and prepared to relight the menorah. Sarah waited for Norma to repeat her words in Yupik, then lifted up the bottle of oil. Even though they could only find a small amount of special oil for the menorah, it miraculously burned for 8 nights. That's why we celebrate Hanukkah and light candles for 8 nights. With her fingers, Sarah made a menorah on the wall. My thumb's the shamash, the helper candle that we use to light the others. We light 1 candle on the first night, 2 the second, 3 the third, and so on, until we have all of them burning at once. When the girls finished the story, old Sarah shuffled over to the window ledge. She picked up a heavy black stone and placed it in young Sarah's hand. It looked like half an avocado with the seeds scooped out. "This is an oil lamp too," Norma explained. "Long ago, Yupik people burned seal oil on dark winter days." Norma turned to her grandmother. "Do you think it still works?" Mrs. Anaruk spooned some oil from the frying pan into the stone lamp. She tore off a narrow strip of cotton cloth from an old dish towel and twisted it into a worm-like wick. Norma put the tail of the wick in the oil and propped its head on the edge of the stone. She handed Sarah a box of wooden matches. Sarah struck one and touched it to the oil. A yellow flame darted forth, then settled to a faint blue glow. "Baruch atah Adonai," she began, reciting the candle lighting prayer in Hebrew. "Blessed are you, Adonai." The light danced on the faces of the 2 girls. Suddenly, the door opened. "Electricity's out all over the village," Joe the pilot reported as he came into the house. "The wind blew down a pole," added Dr. Israel, following behind. Sarah smiled. "Look, Daddy, we made a menorah." An Eskimo menorah, Norma explained. Sarah Anaruk put out plates of boiled salmon and fried bread. Norma poured hot spiced tea. The five of them ate dinner in the glow of the ancient stone lamp. Here's a picture of that. Here's lighting the menorah. I've read this book so many times, the pages are falling out. So I know I'm going to have to fix this after I finish reading to you. As suddenly as the wind came, it died away again. Norma and Sarah looked out the window at the silent black village as the evening sky came alive with quivering bands of color. Queer yak, said the old woman. Northern lights, Joe explained. Norma shivered. Grandma says those are spirits that dance in the sky. Sarah hugged her new friend. I think the heavens are lighting an enormous menorah just for us. And that's the story of the Northern Lights, a Hanukkah story by Diana Cohen Conway, illustrated by Shelly O. Haas. And we have this book in the Temple Israel Library as a physical book. And I'm sure if you would like a copy, you can ask your parents to help you get a copy to borrow from our library or the public library. And I'm sure if you'd like to buy it, your parents can help you with that as well, or I'm happy to help with that as well. So Chag Sameach, happy Hanukkah, and I look forward to be reading to you again really soon. Bye-bye.